Welcome, Internet, to the PSVG podcast, Old Man Edition. Yeah,
Yes.
you're getting all us old folks. Delvin's like 95. Chaufie is pushing 100.
Man,
Chaufie
straight
like
up,
goddamn
I was just trying to figure out how to change my screen name to the Crypt Keeper Chaufie because I'm looking wild old, man. I'm like, wow.
You look like you need some goddamn lotion.
Shit. not even
like
lotion.
You are.
I need
like, like an old catcher's mitt.
I need the Lazarus pit. This is lotion don't help.
Chaufie looking like a legit California raisin.
Fuck, man, no joke. That's what I was looking at my face right now. I was like, yo. Wow.
I heard it through the grapevine.
Hey, just so you guys know, life's been hard for a while, and this video stream right now, hey, you see it. You're seeing it. It's happening.
Yeah, this motherfucker's aged right before us.
What the fuck is wrong with me? Hold on. There we go. That's better. Woo.
He said, I'm looking too old for this show.
Look, man,
I can't show my face around here.
Like, hey, get this old ass off here.
Yeah, they really gonna call Chris Hansen on us. Like this old
generic geriatric games. I'm like, hey, we're gonna talk about playing some stickball.
Talk about some Metamucil,
some canasta, some shuffle puck.
Right, exactly. Oh man, you ever get into a good game of backgammon? It's amazing. Who wants to play some Parcheesi up in here?
We're going down to the community center to play some bingo.
Right, some lawn bowling. Shit.
Fowler said you Danny Trey who's stunt double.
Man, shit. That ain't even a lie right now. Fuck, man.
I better
check my balls. He look like job on my ankles.
Like a California raisin in here.
Man, for real. Oh wow.
Oh man.
I don't know what happened.
Why did I do this to myself?
This is what happened when you don't record
young today.
Man, seriously. I'm looking like a prune and a half.
This is why I say, hey, this is why the secret to looking young
is be black.
Lotion. White people take my lesson. That too. Lotion. Lotion yourself up and fucking put on sunscreen.
Yeah,
because if you don't, you start looking like Chaufie.
All kinds of lotion on that piece.
Damn right. Jesus. I'm lathered up, baby.
God. No.
Just everywhere. Take a tub of it. Throw it all over my body. My head.
You know what?
Arms, legs, every crevice.
Man. So I got me a lifetime supply of Palmer's cocoa butter lotion.
There you go.
Real
That's
hood.
how it works, baby.
Man, when the cocoa butter comes
real,
out,
you putting Vaseline everywhere.
That's when you know. That's when you know you're dealing with a real one.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
The cocoa butter,
your moisturization game up.
Jergens. You know you got an old chick. She putting baby powder on herself.
Man, no, you know you got an old
baby
one.
Powder everywhere.
When she brings out the jar of Pond's.
Oh. Like,
oh no. Oh no.
Are you trying to sell us some war bonds? What the fuck is going on?
Oh my God.
I seen things.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in case you didn't notice, Donnie is not here with us tonight. He's out there being an actual adult, dealing with election stuff. In case you didn't realize it, we got a lot of midterms coming up. So get out and vote, people. Please.
Yeah, good luck with that shit. They got some clowns running in Georgia. I'm praying for Donnie.
Yeah.
God damn, that's rough.
So yeah, he's up every morning at gets to be at work at 6. So he's like, I can't do this week. I'm tired. So
yeah.
While he's gone, we're gonna attempt to run this show. So it's gonna be even less a podcast about video games than it normally is.
Probably not.
Oh, no doubt about it. Zero video games. All
spoilers. I ain't play shit
24/7.
Yeah, I'm looking at this news like I don't care about none of this. I'm gonna wait for Donnie to come back.
Why I really came here was to just continue to roast Delvin on his Steam Deck.
I mean, that's
the rule.
That's really what the show's about. That's really what the show's about.
We should just change the title to Roast Delvin because the stuff this fool says, damn.
Y'all be just hating. Oh, wait till one of these questions come up. We ask this question if y'all get a funny answer about this question.
We'll see.
I'll tell y'all.
You're doing questions
when
tonight,
we get to the question.
Yeah, you can do all the questions.
Last episode, this fool said he bought the dock so that if he goes to a hotel, he can put it on the TV. So then he's gonna have a control. Like, it's handheld, my man. Like, what?
Right. Yeah, but sometimes I don't want to
lay in the bed and play.
Yeah,
I do that too sometimes.
Just lay in the bed. You're in a hotel. Just lay in the bed and play the damn Steam Deck. You don't need to sit in, because you're not going to be sitting in a chair. You're going to be sitting on the bed playing on the television.
Have you seen the hotel chair? Let me explain to you guys something. Because I know people like, oh, why don't you get the Logitech one? Have y'all been in a hotel? Their Wi-Fi fucking sucks. It is terrible. I tried the last one I went to. Matter of fact, I'm going next week to Orlando.
Yeah, but you also stay like in murder hotels, so that's different.
No, not this time. The last time when I booked the hotel, it's good. When somebody else books the hotel for me, it's the fucking Carter from New Jack City. I may live, I may not live, but people in the other room backing up coke.
In rooms that look like Saw.
Yeah. Somebody bagging up coke in one room. Somebody selling ass in the other room. No. That's why I know. I will book the room for myself. The hotel and the room for myself. Because other motherfuckers booking it? Nah. Oh, it was cheap. Cheap my ass. I will pay the extra money not to stay in a crack house. Thank you very much.
Here's what I'm going to say.
No.
In hearing all of Delvin's Florida stories, number one, he's straight up lying to us. Number two, you're straight up lying to yourself. Either way, no truth in this.
How?
You had rats in your washing machine that you kept in the lot behind your house.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot behind my house. It was. I don't keep the lot behind my house. There's a lot behind my house. It ain't my lot.
Yeah, but you had rats that ate through your washing machine. Like, that's just that's some wild shit.
That's the hood. That's the hood. I live in the hood still.
Rest
y'all left the hood. I'm still
Case
here.
in point.
I'm still here.
Point.
I am a service to the community. That's what I am. I help the hood out.
Evicting people, punching people in the face. You're doing some real community work here.
Well, let's get to that story since you don't brought it up. So, not to punch. I didn't put no one in the face this week.
You know what?
Thank God.
There is no agenda for this show. Just so
this is your fault, Chaufie. Since we haven't done So Tell Me, all the damn stories are just coming here, just edited highly. See, this is your fault. This is your fault.
You are your fault.
This is true.
It's not. No, not at all. So
you can't blame your part of life on Chaufie.
Yes, I can. 100%. So.
Listen, you can't blame me. I got about 5 minutes left of life right now. You know, I don't be going out like this.
It's on life support.
You look like, you look like you're your last leg. Like,
seriously.
Like we finna be singing Gangsta Lean to you.
Man, you better
Crossroads. Every hood song. I miss my homies.
Gangsta Lean. Oh my God.
All the hood classics.
Hey, if you guys wouldn't mind, let me just state this here. I do want you all to pitch in so that you can prop me up in the corner while everyone dances in a club setting around my dead body. I want, this is the position. This is the one I want, like this. Bury me like that.
That's going to be a wild funeral.
Oh my God.
That's going to be a wild funeral. I'm trying to think who going to be the one that comes to your funeral. So I'm just here to make sure he dead.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be more people for that than for respects.
Does anybody care about Chaufie?
No.
No, we just here to make sure the body dead.
Just people coming to punch me in the chest. Anyways, Delvin, go with your stories. I want to hear you lie.
We here in the Gangsta League part now. So let me tell you what happened. So
see what happened was
my son thought it would be good because he gets sick. He likes to pass the dutchie to the left-hand side and get his daddy sick.
Oh, God.
You know, normally kids like, I tell people, stay away from me when you're sick. Not my son. He goes directly towards me. So I got sick this week. What day I got sick? Of course, it's Friday. So I'm sick the whole goddamn weekend. That's the worst day to get sick, by the way. If I'm going to get sick, let me get sick on a Monday, a Tuesday, something like that. Where I can maybe have a chance to take off work. So I spent the whole weekend sick. I get back to work. You know, my grandmother this week had to have surgery on her throat because they cut out like these polyps that grow every year. They have to cut them out. It's an easy procedure and stuff like that, but it makes it so she can't talk a week. So Monday, I had to take her to the hospital to do the pre-op stuff. So I take her there. I'm still feeling a little under the weather. She's at the hospital. I come back to work. As soon as I get back to work, the sheriff calls, the Dade County Sheriff calls. For those who don't know,
Damn.
I work in property management. So you don't think like, why is the sheriff calling Delvin? No, I'm not going to jail. I work in property management.
Yeah.
So, yet. The Dade County Sheriff called. They're like, hey, we got an eviction to do. We're at the property right now. Like, huh? Don't y'all supposed to call for that stuff? Don't y'all supposed to call? No, we just here. You got to get down here right now and do this eviction. Now, these people have been in this property for living rent free. So before y'all kill me, 6 months.
That's it?
Also, there's more. To get more into this story, they told someone who worked for me, I'm not going to say their names, but it's only two of us working. It wasn't me.
The other one's your grandma.
Right.
I wasn't going to say it was her, but she said it was her.
That only works when you have a stat, like more than
you don't have a
You're supposed to infer that.
You.
No, was it the
You're supposed to
dogs?
infer that. I didn't want to say it. Yeah. So they told her.
You didn't want to say it. Hey, shut up.
Let me tell you what happened.
You can't be like, who farted when there's two people in the room?
Yeah, but I didn't say the person. I didn't say who the person was. Y'all say, "Oh, it's your grandma." No, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to leave it at that. I know it's two people there. The listener knows it's two people there. If I said it ain't me, they can infer that. Now we have audio evidence of me snitching. Thank you. Now I'm Tekashi 6ix9ine. So, what happened was the property was vacant for a while.
Uh-huh.
So we sent the repairman to go fix it up so we can start renting it. The repairman goes over there. He's like, there's people living here. My grandma's like, what do you mean there's people living there? Nobody's supposed to be living there. There are people living here. So he goes and talks to the people.
Now, the people living there, are they like squatting crackheads? Or are they like, no, we got furniture and shit. Like, we are living here.
We gonna get to that.
Okay.
So my grandmother gets on the phone. The lady and acts like she doesn't speak English because this is Miami. Of course, that's something that people do. And basically, she kind of says that somebody, for what my grandmother understands, what my grandmother told me, somebody told her that they were the property manager of this place and they can rent this property for $1,000 a month.
Damn.
So they took her $1,000, never came back. That's what she said.
No way.
So she said she was waiting for somebody to come pick up the rent. And she's been there for 2 months. That's her story.
Okay.
So I'm like, when I hear this, I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Like, how did he get keys to the property? Did he just break in and make a lock? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, did break in, change the fucking locks, like rekey it. That's weird.
Yeah, like was he walking by and he's like, oh, somebody looking, oh, you want to rent this place? Oh, no, I'm the property manager. No, doesn't make any sense. So I didn't know this. My grandmother told the people, look here. Since this happened to you, my grandmother has a good heart. Just give us the rent every month, and you can stay there.
Well, I was about to ask, how much would your grandma, would she have charged them for this place in general?
Well, it's a 3-bedroom house. So around the time when this happened, it'll probably go for like $1,300 a month. Now it'll probably go for like $2,000 because $2,000, $3,000 because property rent here is ridiculous now. It's insane. So the people agreed to that. They signed the form. Never showed back up. We call them. They didn't answer the phone. They won't say nothing. So I drive by there one day. I said, like, see people still there? There's like 10 cars in the driveway. Like, they are like hooded up. They got everybody staying there.
Oh, boy.
So I say, what is going on? I put like a little rent letter on there and stuff like that. Like, hey, you got to pay your rent. And I go there. I go back to the office and say, let me look up this person. I look up the person who rented the property. This is their thing. They got like evictions like every couple of years. And their whole
they
thing
just
is
scam and scam and scam.
Yeah, they break into a house until they get caught. Then when they get caught, they get evicted because, you know, in Florida, it's kind of squatters' rights, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're there, they got to have you evicted. You just can't call the police. Somebody breaking your house. Somebody breaks in your house and moves fucking furniture in. They stay there.
Yep.
You have to have them evicted. So we had to go through that process. Months go by. The eviction that went through and everything. Police don't tell us, because the police do our evictions here. Because they come there, they knock on the door, make sure people leave and stuff. For safety reasons. So we don't hear nothing from the police. One random ass Monday was, of course, the day I'm still feeling sick. They call here first thing in the morning as soon as I get in here. Like, hey, you got to get down here now. We're doing the eviction. So the guy who usually does our evictions, he stays like way up in like maybe like 10 miles. So it would take him like an hour to get here because of traffic and stuff. So my sick ass had to rush down there to go help the police do the eviction. I get there. This shit like some shit from Cops. Like, what I mean by that is, we go to the front, the cops go to the front door. They knock. All you hear is dogs in the house. Chaufie, I'm gonna ask you, based on what race I said, what type of dogs you think are in the house?
One of three types.
Okay, I'll tell you this.
Well,
there's 4 dogs in the house.
Okay.
Let's see if you can guess them all.
Oh, 4 dogs in the house? Easy.
Okay.
It's 2 Chihuahuas, 1 pit bull.
Bingo.
The mystery one is either a Doberman or a German Shepherd.
I'd have said a Rottweiler.
You're Chaufie's super close. It's 2 Chihuahuas, 1 pit bull, and another Chihuahua, which was something else.
Okay.
And how did I find the other Chihuahua? When we actually got into the house 2 hours later, I just happened to lift up the bed and the Chihuahua was right there chilling. It just randomly ran out. Like, he was like, what the fuck? Out of nowhere.
The Chihuahua's like, squatters' rights. I got a bed.
It was just like, it was the weirdest shit.
They said it.
So the police are knocking. Nobody's answering the door. All we hear is these dogs. The police like, we're not going in there. There's fucking dogs in there. We don't want to.
You're the police. What?
Yes.
Like, don't you guys have like mace and tranquilizers?
Yeah.
Guns?
You would think that. So they were like, hey, do you have something to open the door? I'm like, no, I'm not the police.
I have keys. But you have like
you're doing
weapons.
the eviction. Get in there and do your job.
So they was like, you got to go get a hammer and a screwdriver to open the door.
What?
What kind of fucking
That's
Looney Tunes Acme box is this? We're like,
yes, this is what they told me. So
you got an anvil.
So while we doing, the guy says, let me check the back door. While we go around to the back door, there's a big ass generator, and they got like wires running everywhere. So these people don't have no power. They just literally running a generator all around their house. There's a big ass cage for the pit bull that's empty because the pit bull's in the house now. We go to the back door. It's literally a board. Like a board you can push and open the house.
Just like
there used to be a door there. No door there now.
Well, you wondered how they got in.
Put a board.
Yes, like this house looks like I said, like some shit you see off of Cops.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, can you just go through there? Like, now you gotta go get a hammer and a screwdriver so you can break the door. Like, God damn it!
Why do I need to break another door?
Yeah,
I'm already missing
exactly.
one. Can we just go in through the back?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of nonsense?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
They're like, nope, you got to hurry up and do it because we got to go somewhere. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I honestly think these cops are fucking with you. They were like, let's see what this guy's going to do. Also, did you say they said they had to go somewhere? Like, hurry up, I got to be somewhere?
Yeah,
where?
because they do.
You're here right now.
They do a bunch of evictions that day, and I guess that's what they had to go do.
You can't do the next one until you're done with the first one.
Yeah.
That's what you would think. They wasn't thinking that. So I had to go run to goddamn AutoZone and buy a hammer and a screwdriver for way overpriced. Come back, and as soon as I come back, the fucking people open the door. And here's the kitchen. Here's the kicker. The Spanish lady who didn't speak no English.
Yeah.
Speaking perfect English.
Oh, of course. Duh. No, 1,000%. Me no understand you.
Talking perfect English to the cops.
And then they're like, actually, according to item 2.5b.
So the cops talk to her like, hey, you got to get all your stuff out there. Do you have a lot of stuff in there? No, it's not that much. Okay. So my guy finally gets there. He said, y'all can take the stuff out of there and tell them they can't come on the property no more. I go inside. It's a fucking mess. It's like
hoarders?
Like not only not like hoarders, but like crack house mess.
Mm.
Like
mattresses,
broken TVs, mattresses burnt up. Like and I like like they had the ceramic tiles in there. All the ceramic tiles are tore up. I told them like, y'all really want this shit?
Yeah.
Like do y'all want to actually take this shit with y'all where y'all go?
Yeah.
Like yeah, some of them we want.
You're like, what actual part do you want?
This is when you just set fire to the building. Just burn it down.
Because I'm like, where do you guys go from here? Like, just fucking.
This was a meth accident. It just burned down. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really bad. So I'm like, all right, let's start taking some of this stuff out there. Picking up a couch. The normal thing that happens when you pick up couches when you go to houses like this. Roaches all over me now. I'm sick as fuck. Now I'm getting mad because I'm sick and dirty and fucking roaches on me.
Ugh.
And it's not like the big roaches.
Gross.
It's the small roaches. It's a lot of them. Like, God damn it.
Well,
so now I'm mad. I'm throwing shit out the house.
These guys are jacked.
Yeah. And I'm taking all this stuff out there. I get to the bedroom. This is heavy-ass bed. I lift it up. Like I said earlier, the Chihuahua just walks out like, oh, fuck, I guess y'all caught me.
Yeah.
It just walks out the house. And the Chihuahua, and I'm going outside. I'm walking out. They put the pit bull inside their cage. The Chihuahuas are literally outside just running around the streets in circles like, Lord Jesus, what's going on? I'm just pulling stuff out this house. It's a mess. Then the kids come out of one room because they had kids. I'm like, then I really feel bad. Like, yo, why do y'all have y'all kids living like this?
People aren't right in their heads, just in general. Like,
yeah,
the things I see like on a regular basis, I'm just like, there are more like fucked up in the head adults than not. Where I'm like, this is okay.
Yeah. And the kids are like a little distraught. So I'm like, yeah. I gave them some money, get the kids some food and stuff like that. Like, called the shelter, like, y'all can stay at this shelter, get some help. Y'all can't have these kids. And they're not, and this is the thing. You would think the people I'm talking about are maybe like our age or older. These are like 25.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're probably like 27.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think they were going to be our age. I thought they were going to be younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are people who can work.
Yeah. Well, it's because, I mean, like, just because you can work don't mean you got your shit together.
Yeah, but if you got kids, you got to have your shit together.
No, you
like, you don't. No, you don't.
You like having sex. That's what it is.
Right.
No, but you have to, not for, at that point, you got to do it not for yourself, but for the kids. That's what got me.
Well, see, that's the difference between us and them. We think like that.
Yeah.
They're not, clearly.
No.
Yeah. So I got them a place to stay and got them food for the kids. I'm like, I can't let them kids live like that. They were just adults.
I mean, I gotta wonder shouldn't the cops be like the sheriffs be calling like child protective services or something
Okay,
when you
that
see
was
kids?
just what I was going to say is
Like I don't
so no one calls
understand.
CPS.
Let me explain to you about city of Miami. They don't give a fuck. They really don't. I tell people all the time, Miami is horrible. They don't care nothing about the poor or what goes on whatsoever. As long as they feel like kids ain't getting beaten, they don't give a fuck if kids live in poverty, live in fucked up situations. They're just fine with it. Like, whatever. And that's a problem. That's just Miami in general. They don't really do anything unless the kid is in actual physical danger.
Yeah,
Jeez.
and I think that definitely is like big city problems. Not to say it doesn't happen in other scenarios, but when you think about like, I mean, Dev, you see it out here. You get into LA. There's a lot of shit going on, but unless it has an effect on the higher socioeconomic, it's invisible.
Yep,
we don't talk about it.
Exactly. They just won't even pay attention. They just let it fester until it starts to affect, the people who have money. Just let it be.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at Skid Row.
I was about to say, it's exponentially growing, like the size, magnitude. It used to just...
The craziness of Skid Row is that it's downtown, like next to like the jewelry district and all these other places. And then you make this left and it's like, holy, what did I just walk into? It's insane.
I told Chaufie that before, how we have this Miami shopping district that has all the expensive places that they built. They built like a couple years ago. I want to say 5-10 years ago, maybe. Right across the street, Overtown, one of the biggest hoods in Miami, where they sell crack, everything. So you have this like place where all these expensive stores are at, like Balenciaga and all those places, and right across the street from that is the literal hood.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't sound surprising. Downtown LA, that's Hollywood for you. Like anyone listening, when you see Hollywood on TV, just know if you ever come vacation out here, just go to Disneyland. Skip Hollywood because it is not what you think it is.
It's not at all.
Hella dirty.
Not at all. It's crazy.
I've been there time.
You will get tetanus and hepatitis at the same time.
It is dirty.
Yeah.
That's
wild shit.
Serial killer museum's there, right? If I remember correctly.
I'll have to look that up.
I don't know about that.
I mean, serial killers, yes. I don't know if there's a museum.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I said this because my brother stayed there. That's one of the places he took us. They have like a serial killer museum there.
Yeah.
Which is weird. They have like actual like crime scene photos and evidence from serial killers.
Something I need to touch back on.
How long ago was this?
Yeah, for real.
Well, this was a while ago. This was like early 2000s.
Something about the Museum of Death, maybe?
Maybe.
It might be that.
Yeah, that one's different. But I was going to say real quick is in that whole story, I'm still trying to figure out why you had a snitch on your grandma right now. Like, that seemed real irrelevant to this whole story.
No, I was going to snitch on her until you said it.
Dev, can you add in real quick? Because...
No, I didn't...
It's what Delvin does. He doesn't even realize what he's doing,
I mean,
I didn't say her name. I didn't say nothing. I said
no. That was a whole segment. Like you took a right.
It's not me, but there's only two of us. It's like you're not leaving
I didn't
it.
say it was two of us.
Yeah, it wasn't even relevant to the whole story. You were just like,
You could have easily not even brought her into it. You could have just said, "I had to go do this at this house. This is the situation." You didn't have to say.
Nah, son.
No one needed to. You know who we would have blamed?
No, there didn't need to be any blame.
We would have blamed the crack house people. That's who we would have blamed.
They was blamed.
You said no. The crack house people and my grandma both. Fuck them.
Yeah,
right. You could have easily just said somebody broke into this house and they were squatting and we had to deal with it.
Damn.
You didn't even have to go into the other stuff.
Nah, son. I got to give the whole story, all the facts.
It's a fact you could have left out, and the story would have been the same.
Somebody got to hold this L.
You know what? If I ever do
the city of Miami,
yeah.
You know who's not coming with me? Delvin.
Right.
Snitch ass Delvin.
Because all of a sudden, it's only two of us here. One of us did the crime, but it ain't me.
You know what else I'm gonna add in? Now I know why your son's snitching on you all the time.
Oh,
Like
he always
father, like
snitching.
son.
And get me sick.
I'm right. He learned from the best, right? He learned from Master Snitch himself over here.
Nah, he ain't learned from me. I don't know where he learned that from. Learned that from his mama. That's why I ain't around no more now.
Nah, his mom's sneaky.
Right.
She's still lying, man.
That's another story for another day.
Yeah,
Can't tell that here.
Right. That's another. So tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll do another one sometime this year.
Outside of your regular Florida man Miami shenanigans, did you actually do anything video game related?
Yeah, still play Gotham Knights. That shit's still trash. Still.
Then why are you still playing it?
Yeah.
Why are you still playing it? Move on.
Because I now feel like I have this obligation to beat this game. This sick, morbid curiosity to see what happens and to see if it feels like an addiction. Like you know it's terrible for you, but you keep doing it thinking it's going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not getting better. I'm
horrible, but I can't look away.
Right.
Do you remember, Delvin, when we started So Tell Me and we talked about your relationship in your home?
Yes, all of them. All of them
you just restated it in Gotham Knights.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to get better.
This is what it is.
This is just who Delvin is. This is who Delvin is in all aspects.
Whether it's in video games or real life.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I'm just going to take the abuse, hope that it gets better.
Yeah,
you're living the definition of insanity.
Right.
It's not getting better. Like I'm playing it, motherfucker still sucks. I'm getting more annoyed at the game.
He's
it's
still
not
out
like
here
it's
taking
bad.
my money and my
annoying.
time, but you know what? I'm gonna give it. It's okay.
It's like I'm playing it, for example, and I'm starting to find little things that are making me mad about the game, like how it seems like certain characters have abilities from the Arkham games, but they all can't use the same ability. Like, for example, you remember in the Arkham games when you go on the perch, you can string people up and hang them on the perch and stuff like that? Only Robin can do that in this game. None of the other characters can do that. Like, simple things like that. It's fucking stupid.
You would think Nightwing and Batgirl should be able to do that.
Yes, they can't do it.
Now, is this one of those games where they all have different ability? Like, you choose this one to do the hanging, you choose this one to do the slamming type of thing.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. You nailed it. And it sucks because if you're playing it stealth and there's certain things you want to do, like for example, when I used to play the Batman games, the Arkham games, I used to like to go on the perch.
Yeah, you could wrap up a whole room.
Yeah, you can't do that unless you have Robin. And on top of that, there's other skills that Nightwing has that was in the Arkham games that only he can do that nobody else can do. And it messes you up. It's like, oh, well, I can't do this basic I used to be able to do in the Arkham games easily that I can't just do it now. It's not accessible to me. Like, this is stupid. Then you have to unlock, like, you know how in the Arkham games you can fly with Batman essentially? You have to unlock that in this game with each character. By doing a bunch of dumbass side quests. Yes. By doing a bunch of dumbass side quests. It's so annoying.
Why don't you just go back to playing Elden Ring?
Right.
It makes me want to pick up an addiction of something, anything. Because this is not healthy for
you mean you're not already addicted to the bullshit that you deal with? We
just talked about your addiction to being mentally and physically harmed. Like,
a masochist.
Yeah.
That's my other addiction or fetish. Whatever you may call it.
Delvin's into ball torture. He's like, step on him, pinch him.
That's a horrible thing. That sounds horrible.
Does it? Until you do it, and then you're like, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah, that's very accurate, Fowler. I'm a gaming Will Smith. But yeah,
his whole life is August Alsina.
Yes.
And there's Delvin with the crying eyes.
Oh, see, John 32 said it perfectly. Unlocking the glide isn't transferable. So you have to do that shit with every character.
Man, that's not cool.
And
It's
you're
stupid.
still playing it.
I'll be so well. That's going to end because the chant comes out tomorrow, and God of War comes out next week.
Wait,
So
what
fuck
comes
that
out
game.
tomorrow?
The chant? That what you said,
The
right?
chant.
The chant? Okay. At first, I thought you said the champ, and I was like, "What? What is the champ? What are you talking
Who,
about?"
John Cena? Well, if John Cena came out tomorrow, that would be an interesting story.
You wouldn't
But
be able
yeah,
to see
the
it.
chant. You never heard this game, Chaufie?
No, that's why I'm like, what is this lie?
Isn't it
It's a
like
cool looking horror
some
game.
horror game, right? Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Where you're like, it's like a narrative based horror game that kind of looks like you're like dealing with like a cult almost.
It's a single-player, third-person horror action-adventure game set on a remote island of a spiritual retreat. A peaceful weekend soon turns to dread after a group chant.
Okay.
Yes.
2023 is the
looks cool.
chant.
Delvin described it as a narrative horror game, and I just hope that every horror game has some type of narrative. Like, what the fuck
You would think so.
Duh.
No, not really. There are plenty of horror games that don't have any narrative.
I mean, you know what? You're right.
And they're not really good.
Okay, so when you're playing the chant, like, how'd you hear about this game? But also, I haven't been on the internet or social medias in forever. Donnie?
Donnie, yeah, he's the one who like, hey,
this
this
one a while ago.
Really?
Yeah. It looks really good.
Yeah. I do have because you said God of War.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You're getting it on Steam Deck?
No, I'm getting it on PS5.
It says coming soon to PlayStation. It doesn't say when it's coming to PlayStation. If I look at
it's coming tomorrow. I pre-ordered it and it has the little ticket. Matter of fact, it's coming out in 3 hours.
Okay.
It's not that big of a game, I don't think. That's why you don't hear that much about it, but looks pretty cool.
I'm gonna look it up right now. The chant.
Are you guys doing anything? Because I've been talking for a while. And
oh well, you know, Delvin stories are always great.
I mean, Delvin stories are like, how can you pass them up? I mean, I got a gang of shit going on, and also not a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, that's my life in general.
All right, let's see. We'll go in reverse from today. So, you know, as I'm on my way home, well, let me give you this story. So I had to take my car to the mechanic this morning. I've just been having some weird noises happening. So I did the full, like, I've seen it like on TikTok and people have told me they're already doing it. And that's where, like, instead of renting like a rental car, rent like a U-Haul pickup truck, like the Silverado. So I'll have the Silverado for like 3 or 4 days. And the sort of projected cost is only, I think, like $120. Whereas like a rental car per day was going to come out to $85 a day. So I was just like, well, yeah, fine. I mean, I'm going to drive a car that says U-Haul across the side, but it is going to cost me for the 4 days, like a day and a half's worth of a regular rental. So I was like, okay, this shit's tight. It worked out. And then I get out of work and I drive on the freeway and there was like a chunk of metal that was like getting all cars to swerve all the way, and I fully blew out the tire. Not even a little flat. Like when I pulled over, it was like like it made a door on the fucking wheel.
Oh damn!
And then you just saw like I pulled over, and then like 4 more cars pulled over because it was just blowing. Like I hit it, it shot across the freeway, hit someone else's tire. It was like a hockey puck.
That's crazy. That happened like a week ago on the 405.
Yeah,
where it was like 30 cars that all have flats.
Oh, so the lady who was taking my AAA call, she was like, "Oh, this is like," she just said that. She's all, "This is like the call I took the other day." She's like, "We had like 30 cars pulled over on the 405 because they got all these cars got taken out." She was like, "This is my 7th call." I was like, "Oh shit!"
Let me tell you about how dumb I am.
I mean,
usually
we already know. I mean.
Well, that's clearly, yes. Usually, if I see someone in the street like that, if I can grab it and take it out the street, I grab it and take it out the street, even if it's on the expressway.
Well, let me tell you, if you get out on the freeway here, you will be dead.
You die.
Yeah. You can't. There's no getting on the freeway.
I'm not going
in LA. No.
Now, clearly, I'm not doing this if it's like rush hour traffic or some shit that's going to actually get you killed.
Also, if you do
it's
it
Los
out
Angeles
here,
and Long Beach, it's always rush hour. There's no,
it's always rush hour.
No time to do that.
Yeah. And if you pull over to get it out, we will intentionally try to run you over just to let you know that was a bad idea. Like either way.
Yeah, that sounds like some California shit.
Yeah. But so
we don't do that here. We just do drive-bys
Southern
on the
California shit.
Yeah, very, very much so. So yeah, that was kind of like that really like jacked up the day. But I mean, that's sort of been a good example of my life for months now, where it's just like, hey, this is a good idea, now it's bad. And this is great, now it's not anymore. So now I gotta go fucking I gotta get a new tire for this U-Haul, which I think in the long run, I'm gonna try to find a shop that can give me like just some fucking used tire or something I can just slap on there or whatever. But you know, other than that, it's just been work, just trying to balance school and stuff like that, like getting all the kids in the right place, doing the right things, and then just dealing with like real bullshitty parents, you know, like we did a Halloween jog or a costume jogathon last Friday, and the kids had a blast. So they're running the track and they're in their fucking inflatable dinosaurs. It just looked hilarious. But this one dad came on campus and he had a mask on, like a zombie scary mask, and started scaring all the fucking kindergartners to the point where they're yelling. So the teacher comes out and she's like, or teacher was out there and I was actually in a classroom and I hear her yelling. So I pop outside and she's like, this man is scaring the kids. So this fool starts going off and he's like, I'm not scaring anybody. 2 years ago, you said everyone needed to wear a mask. And I was like, me specifically, or like the government and everybody? And so then he's like, well, here's the thing. I'm a man and today is a date. So this is a man date. And I was like, what are you talking about?
What?
I was like, you're harassing the children. So I'm going to give you an option. Option A, take off the mask, enjoy the jogathon, and we're good. We keep it moving. Option B, I'm going to call our school police, who are members of the sheriff's department, and they're going to remove you from the campus. And he's like, you can't fucking do that. You can't do shit. And then he's doing the whole like arms out, like twirling around. Look at, nobody's scared of me. And it's like moms and dads and grandmas and kids. And I'm like, sir, you're going to need to leave.
Does this person even have a child in this school?
Well, I'm assuming yes. But because he was wearing a mask, I couldn't fucking identify him. So basically, I had to like corral him off of the campus. And then the fallout from that is all the parents now, is he going to come back to campus? When are the sheriffs showing up? What if he shoots somebody? What? And that's just like, these are all valid feelings. And I'm like, it's a fucking Friday. Like, I think we're just going to have a jogathon and have fun. So, man.
All it takes is one asshole.
One asshole to fuck it. And we were all going to have a really good time. So it's just like, whoo, man. But I guess some most like recent highlights is I did that same night though. It was my daughter's trunk or treat. And so a while back, my wife was like, we should do this. And I was like, fuck it, why not? Let's do it. So pulled out the old car, decorated the back of it, kind of like a Dia de los Muertos type of backdrop, like ofrenda type of thing. And it was a hit.
Dead for those who don't know.
I think I literally said that.
Yeah, but you said it in Spanish.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you forget.
I forgot.
All of us are in an area where there's lots of Spanish being spoken.
I forgot. There could quite possibly be a melanin deficiency going on around here. So yes.
Wanted to clarify that for people who didn't know.
Yeah, you know, you're doing the Lord for Delvin. No, but it was like super fun. A ton of people were like taking pictures, having like a great time. So that was like pretty rad. And then my son and I, in general, probably a really terrible idea. Not probably, I already know it is. We've gotten heavily into like going airsofting, like shooting, you know?
Yeah.
And that stuff is wild fun. And as terrible as this is going to be, and I'm going to take myself off the camera so no one knows that I'm saying this. It's actually a lot of fun to shoot people. Like, it's very therapeutic. It's very therapeutic to shoot at people. And like, man, it is the fucking best. Like, you want a stress reliever? Shoot some fools with airsoft guns.
It's been a nice run.
Who said that? Who said that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wasn't
I don't know who that was.
Wasn't me.
I don't know what that happened.
I was talking about scripture.
Aliens.
I was like,
scripture.
Yeah.
So that's been like kind of things in a nutshell. Oh yeah, and then my son, he's working on his latest rap song.
Nice.
This fool, he was actually really hyped up, and this one that he just did is actually pretty good. Now it's young people rap, so you gotta take it with that. But he says to me, he when it came through, because it was actually like a friend of a friend reached out to him, because I'd been telling my son, you got to stop trying to work through me. Like you need to like connect with young people. I don't have time to do this, like I just don't have the energy to figure things out anymore. And so he did. A friend of a friend linked him up. This kid does producing, just some light rapping, but really liked my son's style. And he was like, yeah, like, let's do something. And so when the guy kicked it back, which was like Saturday, maybe, it came back really well done. So my son was hyped. And usually he wants me to listen, but he's like, go listen to this in your car, like not near me, But he was like, you got to play this in the house. You got to listen to it. Let's go in the car and let's drive in the car. And he's like, but I got to tell you, it's a lot of cussing. And then I was like, all right, fine. It's rap, whatever. Oh, it's a lot of cussing. It's like all the cussing. I was like, wow. I was like, this fool's not playing around. So my wife and my daughter were at a fucking Halloween party. And so when they came back, I was like, yeah, he's got a new song. And my wife was like, oh, cool. And I was like, it's not like the first one. And she's like, was it better? And I was like, oh, it's significantly better. Like 1,000,000 times better. She's like, should I listen to it? And I was like,
nope.
It's got a lot of cussing. And she's like, oh, I mean, I hear him when he plays his video games. And I was like, it's not like that. It's not like that. My wife listened to like 15 seconds. And then she's like, oh, I can't take this right now. She's like, that's way too much cussing. My wife had to listen to it like in 4 segments. She was like, okay, headphones off, need to take a break. Didn't know he said that word. Headphones back on. Not the N word though. My son is smart enough. I hope. Like we've talked about it. I'm like, I know you're making music. I know you're doing things, but whatever you do, there's a certain word you don't say, and it's that one. Yeah. It's like, I know. And
you're not Fat Joe, homie. Don't pull that one out.
Exactly. But so that was like a real, but he was super hyped too. He's like, so now he's like ready to get back in and do something new. And like,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
On the SpongeBob list of 13 bad words you never say, how many of those 13 you think he said?
All. The fucking
all of them?
Number 1. Let me start with the number 1. Have you ever heard me talk?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fucking bad words all the time. I love cussing. That shit is like the best.
I will say this about you though. There are certain words you don't say much. Or I may have never heard you say. You'll curse a lot, but it's specific words. Like fuck, shit, motherfucker. There are certain words
you're right.
I
hit the commons. The common ones.
Yes.
Yeah, my son was throwing out the P word left and right.
Yes. See, like I haven't heard you say that one. That's what I was trying to get to.
I'm pretty sure someone in there was a pussy ass bitch. Like that was said for sure.
Yeah. See?
Wow.
See?
Was this a diss record?
No,
I mean,
I'll send it to you.
Was this a diss
It's actually not bad. And yeah, I'll kick it your way. But so I'm now working on the distribution end. Like the last one we did, we put it on like Bandcamp, we put it on Apple Music and Spotify. So it's out there. Anyone want to listen to Drippy GP? That's my son. He doesn't have syphilis. He just, he's got that drip though.
Drippy. Oh boy. Have you explained to him what that means?
I mean, for the young people, you drippy. It's a whole different thing. It's the whole different thing.
You
don't tell him nothing.
Like, I was like, hey, relax, Babe Ruth. Like, what are you doing?
Hey, if I got to roll with gold coin, he got to roll with Drippy.
But, I mean, Drippy ain't... Gold coin is nowhere near as bad as Drippy. I mean, yours is just stupid.
I think...
His has a whole nother meaning.
Yeah.
I think he will probably go through because remember when he started this, he was Giovanni, and then he was Lil GP, and then he was at one point like Kiwi Laser. So he's gonna go through an evolution.
Kiwi Laser's not that bad.
Yeah. So
that sounds like
sounds
indie rapper.
Like some young kid shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's he'll go through an evolution, but right now, yeah, man, he was pretty hyped, and he did have a good experience too. Like he talked about this on I don't know if we're recorded again, but on Cadillac on Mars, which is a podcast I do with Delvin. It's his sideshow. My son was talking about how he went to like his first like high school football game and had a rad experience. That was a good story. Because he was like kicking it with a bunch of different friends, and they were like, friends from different middle schools that he knew, and they all kind of got back together. And he was like, it was a lot of fun. And then they kind of like hung out off to the side of the bleachers, and they just started like throwing beats and then just freestyling like in a circle, fucking cypher. And I was like, that's really cool. And so I kind of really pumped him up on that too. I was like, one, to have the confidence and the ability to like throw yourself in. I was like, that's huge. I was like, you would never catch me attempting to rhyme in a cipher. I would be like, Morpheus, Dorpheus, green eggs and ham. I eat some spam. I would do something corny like that. So I don't got it. That rapping is not my thing.
Yeah.
So that's me in a nutshell.
Ciphers and
for those of you that don't listen to Delvin's side piece, Cadillac on Mars, you should listen to it. It's a great show. Yeah. Lots of just really good stories. It's awesome. Yeah. I love that show. That was a great story listening to about your son's first football game. Yeah. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
No, he had a great time. He definitely had a great time. And then just as far as like, to kind of bring the gaming back into it, been kind of working my way.
A gaming podcast?
I think so. Some. It's play some video games, not all of them.
Right.
Not even complete them. Some.
Just
fuck that.
Smidge.
So I'm about halfway through the Call of Duty campaign, which I think is like 5 hours, and that shit is taking me 10 days. Like we had the early week access. I just haven't had time to dip in and still kind of fucking with like Cult of Lamb, because that's easy on the Steam Deck, which I am thinking about selling, just because it's a good system. But this kind of, even though Delvin gets knocked on this a lot, it's kind of why I'm losing interest in it. I'm not a PC guy. So all the little tweaks and things you might have to do on non-verified games, I don't want to do that. I just want to like buy something and play it. So I am starting to feel limited in like what's playable versus like, oh, now I got to like tweak some things. I'm like, I don't understand that.
That is a little annoying. I've done that.
So what you're saying is you need That Ninja Dev's PC building services to build you a PC.
No, because when I asked you how much a PC was, and you told me that shit was 2 stacks, I was like, no,
exactly,
no.
I'll stick with my Steam
We
Deck
can
on that.
get away with less than 2 stacks. We can do like 12 to 1500, and you'll be fine.
No. So I'm thinking of getting rid of the Steam Deck. I actually have too many Switches in my house as well. So if anyone wants to work out a deal, I really need a Series X. Like, hit me up. We can talk
How
about
big is your Steam Deck?
We could take that money
big one
and put it to a PC, and there's your Series X. It's just like a PC, but better. Or just like a Series X, but
I might buy your big Steam Deck then.
Pause.
Yeah, pause on that.
Why do you need 2 Steam Decks? You already bought the cheap one.
Delvin wants a Steam Deck.
He's just gonna take yours.
$700. I'm gonna upcharge Delvin.
The fuck?
You know what? For you, $750.
God damn! Y'all ruthless. I will explain. Well, I can tell you now. I am considering.
Okay.
And this goes to one of Garrett Bland's questions. Has Delvin blown up his Steam Deck yet? No, but goddamn it, I'm going to try. What I mean by that is I have been Googling some things, and I found a few sites saying how you can upgrade the internal memory on the Steam Deck. And it's pretty easy.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, I could probably do that. So I'm considering it.
So 2 things.
And it's not that hard and it's not that much.
One, yes, I've heard that is true because my IT guy was going to look into it as well. And he's like, yeah, it seems actually pretty easy. Now, this guy is IT. This is what he does. And he also said...
it would be very easy for me.
He goes, but I'm not going to do that because that's fucking dumb. He's like, just get a new disc and drop it in. Second thing, I said, hey, check this out. My buddy, he's got the dock and he's going to like dock his TV. And he goes, what type of TV is he docking it onto? I go, probably some 4K shit. He's all, is he trying to burn out his Steam Deck? He's like, it already runs hot on its own. Now you're going to try to make it push a TV? He's all, his house is going to catch fire.
These are all the things we told you.
That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. Well, to be fair, I won't be doing it on my TV. This will be a hotel TV. Let him burn that TV down. It was fun.
No, you burn the Steam Deck, not the TV.
Yeah.
It's going to kill your Steam Deck.
It's going to,
Nah, it'll be fine.
You know what also
So
works,
why
Delvin?
make the dock if I can't use it?
Put the Steam Deck in the microwave.
But put it on a 1080p monitor. Something that is not...
The hotel will have 1080p TVs.
You'll be lucky if you can get to the HDMI cable or the HDMI port in the TV.
That's
a
good point.
Right. Hey, the hotels he goes to are just coax. There ain't no HDMI.
HDMI ports on those.
He still has to put it on channel 3.
That first one I went to, 100% was probably coax. That was definitely one where they were bagging up coke in.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But in all honesty, I'll probably just end up giving the Steam Deck to my son because the majority of it, I think I told you guys, is all Black Ops Zombies, like modded maps and stuff like that. And his TV is like a gifted Vizio that's like 720. And I'm like, and it's small. Like it's not even like 32 inches. That one can dock the Steam Deck.
Yeah, that's perfect. Because it's the same resolution as the deck.
Yeah.
Because that way you don't have to worry about the game internally changing the resolution and being all jacked up.
1-to-1. Boom, boom. Done. So that's probably the route I'll end up going. But if anybody that wants to buy a Switch, hit me up. I got you.
I might get rid of my Switch. I'm considering it. I have. What?
Hey, I'm trying to flip a deal right here, and now you got to come in? Like, why you got to step all over me?
Easy, because it's fun. Because what I'm going to do with it, I'm not going to play it because my son has one, my daughter has one, and I have one. And the only games I want to play on it is like a few games, like what, Mario?
Yeah.
I guess Bayonetta now. Those are the main ones.
So you're going to steal one of them from one of your children to play?
When I want to play it, I just use theirs. And just keep my profile on theirs, what I'm thinking.
Look, you just tell
I'm
me
mostly playing my
this is my Steam Deck. This is my Switch. And just take it.
Yeah, pretty much.
The only thing about that is my son is going to be 17 soon.
So?
And I want him to leave the house.
At 17? It's too early.
Well, that means it's one more year.
Well,
so
I don't think
nah, man. He's going to be with you till 26. So just
I think it's
accept
not
it.
The house. I can't deal with this stuff. He has to go.
Why you want to push him out? He just going to end up right back. He ain't ready.
Nah, he got to go. Daddy got to have his free time. All these kids got to get up out the house. I done worked too hard to keep them in my house forever. No.
You're a fool.
Y'all got to go find careers, go live y'all life, get out. I'm still relatively young, barely.
He said barely.
Go do your thing.
Right,
yeah, I'm looking back at the chant, and Fanatical has it for $33. I just don't know if it plays on the Steam Deck or not.
What game you talking about?
The chant.
The chant. I wouldn't trust it.
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't
trust it.
Can't trust.
So as far as my life, it's been busy. I'm hella tired, much like y'all. It's work, a lot of work, a lot of shenanigans. So I'm just tired. But otherwise, I'm all right. video game wise, all I've played is Modern Warfare. I'm loving it, much like Chaufie. I have not finished the campaign, just because life. But I've also been playing a lot of the multiplayer too, because I'm in a play test with EA for that, and that's been a lot of fun. So the multiplayer I'm really digging. I haven't been into Modern Warfare or Call of Duty multiplayer since Modern Warfare 3. So getting back into that, and it's been really fun. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
So.
I want to play it, but like I just haven't had the time yet. Oh, because I don't know if I talked about this on here either. Like a whole jackass, I've been coaching my daughter's soccer team. So and yeah, we
talked about on Cadillac.
Yeah, that we were fucking we were terrible.
Yeah.
So
y'all
the
LA Lakers.
Oh man, shit.
Oof.
We were so bad. Oof. But that's also eating up a lot of time, because then when I do have like free time, it's like, oh, we got to go to practice or to get ready for the game, you know?
Yeah. It's no fun. I'm not looking forward to when my kids are like really into sports and then I got to go take them to practice and things of that nature.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
Why?
I'm not ready for that.
Right. And then you do it because it makes them happy, and it's like, ugh.
Right. I got to make the kids happy. They're my why.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get into the news.
It's time for some news. Whoa, shit. Damn it. Nope, this is PSVG. You're watching live. Oh, no. Are you listening? Is this a podcast? Okay. Well, you know what you're doing. Anyways, give it up for Donnie. Eat the hype. Reese with the news.
Not Donnie.
Donnie no here.
Yeah, I was like, Donnie's where's Donnie?
Yeah, he's not here. I have no idea what half these clips are, so I don't normally do this.
I'll read the first
I just picked one at random. All right, go for it.
Take it away, Sony Delvin. Job listing says, I said says.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Says.
What?
Like Surge from Beverly Hills Cop. Says PlayStation is seeking a game design intern. What happened?
I said immediately regret the decision to let you read the news.
Can you pass these questions over to me? This fool. Wow, man.
Says, I said it like I was.
All right, so Uncharted may be making a return. There's a Sony job listing that says PlayStation is seeking a game designer to work at a new PlayStation studio based in San Diego, co-developing an exciting new project with Naughty Dog in a beloved franchise. So apparently, they may be working on a new Uncharted.
Or Dak and Dexter. Dak and Dexter's beloved.
Maybe.
By one person, but it's
beloved. Okay, but isn't it also called Jack and Dexter?
Yes, it is. He said Dak
okay,
and Dexter.
Fuck that game.
He's having Jack a hard time speaking today.
Are you having an aneurysm like live?
Maybe I'm dying. It's going to be really awkward out down the podcast. The one episode of Donnie's Donnie, I just fucking died.
Because that shit was supposed to be funny. Like, I thought I was dying at the end of this.
Chaufie's over here just stealing your life force, and you're just slowly dying.
Yes.
Like,
oh my god, he's out here being like Shang Tsung.
Yeah, that sounds
mine.
Well,
but
my ex stole most of it. So,
whoa, that's true. Bring down the room, man. Bring down the room.
God,
let me tell you, if anyone needs a therapy, it's Delvin.
Yeah.
This will talk to me like it's therapy. I'm not good at that. That lets you know. That lets you know he makes poor choices.
Yeah, that alone. I make poor life choices. Right. And goddamn Chaufie is my therapist.
Yeah,
Chaufie and Mike fucking Fowler. Yeah.
If I'm your moral support, get a rope.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be open.
Oh my god!
Just call it quits, man. I don't even talk to me.
Yeah, and this is news story number 1. We've got to.
Yeah.
No,
but I was apparently been like a long-standing rumor for a while that not Nathan Drake Uncharted was going to come back, but something in Uncharted sort of world
universe.
Yeah.
It's been hinted at, yeah. So the studio based in San Diego co-developing with it. Both Visual Arts and Days Gone developer Ben Studios were linked to an Uncharted project based on a Bloomberg article back in 2021. So there's been rumors floating about a new Uncharted coming for quite some time now. So we'll see if it is that, because like Delvin said, it could be something else because it just says a beloved Naughty Dog franchise. It doesn't say which one. But I mean, when you think about that, it's really only Uncharted or The Last of Us. People kind of remember Jak and Daxter, but it's not. I don't think they have the same love.
Yeah,
they don't
as Uncharted and Last of Us. So my guess would be an Uncharted.
Could it be a sequel to what's the game that came out? The last one
with the homegirls.
Yeah, Lost Legacy.
What?
Could it be a sequel to that? Maybe.
Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe
I thought there was
was
talks of a Sam and Sully game at one point.
Yeah, that was something at a point as well. Like because that's when when this sort of standalone came out. Then there were all these speculations of like variants, and it was also going to be one potentially with the daughter taking over the new storyline.
Yeah.
So
it's all speculation.
So is that buy or sell? Are we buying this? We selling it? I don't know. What are we doing? Is that a different segment?
It's a different segment. It's just news.
All right.
This is just news. Moving
along. There's some Square update that I'm not reading because it's about blockchain and a bunch of other shit. So we'll leave that for Donnie. Let him read that himself. And we'll go to probably the biggest story of the week. PSVR 2. It has been given a release date, so it is coming out February 22nd of 2023 at a whopping price of $549 for the standalone or $600 for the Call of the Wild bundle. Holy shit!
Yeah, talking to my IT guy again. Shout out to Eric because he loves talking video games. So we talk all kinds of video games at work. I'm not mad at the price. The price is what I was kind of expecting, but is it going to sell? I don't think so. It's too high. It's too much.
See, I disagree.
I'm not mad at the price, but I'm disappointed.
Yeah, because it's like because it's the price I expected it to be. That I'm like, yeah, that sounds right. Like it's not a shock. I would be shocked if they said this shit's $250. I'd be like, what? But I did anticipate that it was going to be as much or more than the console itself.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean the original PSVR launched at like $400.
Yeah,
that was like the same price as the console. So it's the same thing. It tracks. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And I think it doesn't mean I'm happy who really want that. Yeah, I think people who want that VR experience are gonna buy it. I think it's gonna do probably the same numbers that the original PSVR did.
Yeah, because I got my PSVR like 2 years later when it dropped like $100 and something, and then started coming with like I think it came with like 3 bundled games. Like I got Moss, Borderlands, Batman, and something else. Yeah, and it was just like, okay, cool. Like that kind of made it worth it, but I'm buying this out the gate. Like it's just not. I like VR. I really, really do. It just doesn't have the depth I need or the ease of use that I'm looking for. I'm not going to do Oculus because I'm not trying to do Facebook shit.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's going to do that great. I think it might do okay.
Yeah.
I think it might be a pipe dream thinking it's going to do what the first PSVR 1 did. Because the price, if I remember correctly, the first PSVR 1 price went down. It took a little time, but it wasn't too much. And plus, they gave you a lot of stuff with it. And plus, they were giving you a solid lineup of games that first year or two. And then it dropped off. That was the whole thing they were saying. Like, hey, it's good, but the game wasn't consistent. And then also at the time, I want to say when PSVR 1 came out, it was the cheapest PSVR unit. The cheapest VR.
The cheapest
unit.
VR. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This ain't the case now.
Yeah. Well, and
it is.
Yeah, you get the Quest. That'd be the cheapest one, but
that's the
if
thing.
you want to play PlayStation games, This is not aimed at somebody who doesn't already have a PlayStation or isn't already in the PlayStation ecosystem.
Yeah.
It gives them another outlet for PlayStation games. They also announced like 11 games coming to the system. So like they're really trying to make sure that there's content there. I just think it's gonna be a tough sell. But like I said, I still think in the end, I think it'll end up doing probably the same numbers as the original PSVR did. The specs of it are actually really nice. It's an OLED screen. It's 4K when you basically put both the screens together. It can do up to 120 frames per second. If they find a game that is a killer app, whether it's an Iron Man game, if it's that Call It a Wild game, if they get a killer app, I think they can get some people actually into VR because I think
and then add in
the system itself is good.
Add in not having to need the camera, I think is really huge.
Yeah.
And then I keep reading that the controls are actually pretty nice. Like they function really well. Because I haven't used my PSVR in a long time. Like there really hasn't, aside from Beat Saber, like I've played what I've played and there's nothing new that I want to play. So I would love to give the PSVR to my son, but he can't play it in his room. Because the distance between the space he has and the camera puts him too close. Can't calibrate. Don't work.
Yeah.
So it's like, unless I remove the bed from his room, he's never going to be able to use it. So taking that factor out now expands the minimal space that you need.
Keeping it 100, PSVR 1 was a mess. It really was. You had to have everything just right.
Yeah, you had to dial it in.
And it was running on PS3
took a lot of work
tech.
to set up. Yeah. It was fun. When you got it to work, it was fun. Like Iron Man VR was fantastic.
Yeah.
But you had to get it to work first. You had to go, well, the lighting's not good enough in this room.
Yeah.
The camera's not in the right position. It was a lot to get done.
To get it working right in my house, I cannot use so our living room is like sunken down. And then right behind it is like the kitchen island. Can't have the lights on in the living room. Will not work. Only works if we have the lights, like the can lights in the kitchen on. Then it's like the setting's good. But it just never, like it's that tweaking. It's that work to kind of figure it out. Because whenever I had the space, I had the access to do it. Just wouldn't find it because it was just too bright in the room. And then we tone it. But if I turned it all off, it was too dark in the room. So it was just a pain in the ass.
And that's kind of the thing about the Oculus. All you got to do is turn it on, draw a circle, and you're playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Simple, very simple, very easy to access, and frankly cheaper.
Yeah.
Unless you get that ridiculous $1,500 one, but fuck's doing that.
Yeah, nah, nobody's doing that.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I myself don't care a lick about VR, so I am already out. I was never in, but I'm curious to see what happens and how people like it, because from all the reviews of people who've actually used it, it's been nothing but like, this is really, really good. So
yeah, super positives. Yeah. It's just like VR in general, it's like when it works, it's nice. It's real nice. But I've only had a handful of like amazing experiences where the rest, I like, again, talking to my tech, we kind of compared VR to like the Wii. Like the Wii was a ton of fun, but when you really break it down, there were just a handful of great games and then a ton of party games and clones and generic shit. And so it's like, I don't want to play a bunch of generic stuff. Like, I don't want to play something where I'm floating and flying or teleporting. Like, I want something innovative. Keep pushing it. But after a while, it's just like, here's the same game you played before, but now in the medieval era. And now you're in a tank. And it's like, this is boring. Just reskinning.
Iron Man VR felt like that. Felt like, oh, this is different. This is pretty cool.
Yes, that's true.
But like the limitations.
And then what happened? That was it.
System. Yeah, that was it, really.
Yeah.
That was the one.
Time will tell. February will be here soon. Pre-orders are opening for the system real soon. I want to say November 15th is when the pre-orders go live. You can already register right now to pre-order. So when it goes live, jump in. So I'll be very curious to see if pre-orders actually sell out or whatnot, or if they're hard to get. But otherwise, I have no interest. So we'll see what happens.
I don't think they'll
wonder
be.
how many.
Go ahead.
I was saying, I wonder how many PS5s are in the wild. Like
a lot.
Is that because I think is people really gonna be still looking for this, or are people still like, hey, I need a PS5 first?
I think people are going to be going need a PS5 first, but like I don't think it's going to be hard to get a PSVR, but I also don't think they're going to be just like sitting on shelves. Like
are PS5s hard to get still? Because I feel like if you really want a PS5, you can get one. Well, my boy was in Dubai and they were just on the sales floor, like just. I'm sorry, not Dubai, Qatar. They were just like,
I was about to say it right now.
Yeah, he's in Qatar for the World Cup, and he was like at some store, and they were just like chilling on the floor. Anybody can get one, but I haven't had anybody who's like, I'm trying to get a PS5 and they can't get one. I feel like everybody who's looking for one, like they're actively being restocked, and they don't seem like they're that hard to get anymore.
But out here, honestly, and like the amount of times I go to like Target, I've only ever seen one, and there's like a gang of Targets around my house, and I just only ever seen one. I was having this conversation just about this today too, because I'm actually hoping for like Black Friday to cop that Series X, some type of bundle, maybe an extra controller or something. But I see those at least 2 on the shelves every time I go to the store. There's at least 2.
Yeah, I see Series S's all the time.
But I'm talking about the X. A Series S all the time.
I see both.
But the X,
S's and X's all the time. I
usually see about 2 on the shelf all the time. I've only ever seen one PS5.
Yeah, I just don't think that they're actually shipping them to stores to be sold in stores. But I'm constantly seeing, hey, PS5s
online for sure.
Available.
For sure.
Here you go.
So that's what I was saying. I guess we differentiate. Like if it's physical, I just bought it, take it home, versus ordering it online.
Yeah, so. I've seen a Series X like once or twice in the store, but I hardly ever even go looking for them. To be perfectly honest, I don't even go to the video game section for what I know what I want. I already have it, or I'm buying it digitally.
You know what it is?
Yeah, I'm constantly seeing that.
I go to the video game section because right behind the video game section is the electronics clearance, and then I'm like, "What do you guys got?"
That's what I do too. That's exactly what I do. The exact same thing.
Maybe it's because I'm IT and like this is my world that I live in. I don't need I know where to get all my clearance stuff, and it ain't from Target. It ain't from.
Oh, it doesn't mean I'm buying it. I just like to see what's there, because then I'm like, "This was the thing."
Like, they have a whole bunch of stuff there.
Fuck is this?
And they also have like
probably because I'm in IT. I know it's there.
Yeah,
memorabilia there too. Like in the back of that they have like statues of anime and Stranger Things and stuff like that.
Yeah, all those stuff. Like random Funko types of shits back there. Delvin probably goes because remember everybody, he doesn't have any extra HDMI cords in his house, so he's got to pick some up.
I got some already. I'm in the house now, baby.
Oh God.
Five Below hooked me up.
Fuck, you didn't buy cords from Five Below.
Of course I did.
You really want to fire.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jeez, how do you not just have a ton of HDMI cables? Like everything comes with an HDMI cable. I've got a bucket full of them.
I can tell you why. I have kids, and all my kids use electronics. Mean? Easy.
How many things are they plugging in HDMI? They're kind of unplugging and losing a cable.
Okay. My son has a Series S. He has a PS5. He has a PS2. He has a Switch. He has essentially he has everything.
So three out of those 4 things came with an HDMI.
I was just about to say
the PS2 doesn't connect via HDMI.
4 of those things, he's lost those HDMI cords or broken them or something's happened to them.
How? You plug it in. It's like set it and forget it. Is he constantly moving his consoles everywhere?
Yes, he is constantly moving his consoles everywhere.
You know what? I think what's going to actually end this conversation, Dev, is
my Dev.
Remember who his dad is. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my consoles don't move at all.
Chaufie.
You know,
except my Steam Deck.
No, the illogicalness of things.
Yes.
That's
I'm always logical.
But yeah, like
y'all don't
Yarden
understand my logic.
said,
Don't mean I'm like,
PlayStation has sold apparently 20 million PS5s
there you go.
worldwide.
Good job,
Worldwide.
Yarden. Mr. 305, worldwide.
Dale. All right, on to some quick hitters. Somerville hits Game Pass on November 15th. This was founded by film animator Chris Olsen in collaboration with Dino Patty, co-founder and former CEO of Limbo Studio Playdead. So apparently it's popular. People are looking forward to it. I've kind of seen some chatter online about it where people are excited about it. So if you like Limbo, you'll probably like Somerville.
Oh, this looks dope.
See, there you go.
And
then Steam Big Picture Mode. It's by the co-founder and former CEO of the Limbo Studio, Playdead.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks dope. Looks like Limbo.
There you go. And then, Steam Big Picture Mode update comes out to PC. So I guess what's on the Steam Deck, the Big Picture Mode that you guys have on your little Steam Decks is finally coming to PC. It's a much better interface than what the Big Picture Mode is on PC because that mode kind of sucks. I'm not a big fan of that, but
okay.
People who are excited about that, good on you. There you go. All right. And with that does it for the news. It's time for everyone's favorite segment.
You got your rude days. You want your rude days. You got your motherfucking rude days. You want your rude days. You got your rude days. You want your rude days. You got your rude days. Rude days. 93. Chicka, chicka, chicka. This is everyone's favorite segment?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Bars.
Why
baby,
not?
Bars.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rude Days 93 wants to know odds that the Embracer Group will sell Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal to Microsoft in the future. Both studios are working on Xbox projects currently.
I'm going to go 40%.
I'm going to go 25 because both are collectors, not sellers.
Yeah, I'd probably go 20-25%. I mean, they're working on Xbox projects, but I don't know that Microsoft is looking to acquire either one of those. Like I don't know that it fits a niche that they're missing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I feel like they're both like it would be like a stalemate. They're just in a very similar world that like one doesn't need the other right now, in my opinion.
Yeah. So chalk that up. Somebody let us know if we were right or wrong.
Or we'll see something crazy where it'll actually be bigger. Microsoft will try to buy Embracer, or Embracer will try to buy Microsoft. That's what they're going to do. They're like, oh no, I didn't ask for this little baby shit over here. I need the whale.
I want the whole thing.
I want the whole thing. I didn't ask for
someone will cry about it and call their mamas.
Oh,
they're buying each other.
Here it is. Here's the thing. What are the odds that Embracer is going to buy Sony? 85% possible.
Right. Either them or Tencent.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Second one is what are the odds that you've already played your personal game of the year for this year?
30%. Might be lower. I don't think I have.
Personal game of the year.
Yeah, it's a tough call.
Yeah.
Because God of War is right around the corner.
Yeah, God of War is
very well
around
be
the
my
corner.
game of the year.
I also this is
Callisto Protocol.
Callisto Protocol, God of War, Devil in Me. Still a lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah. I usually finish about 20 games a year, and this year I've only finished 5. And just to give you my list so far, so none of these are Game of the Year worthy. They were fun, but Guardians of the Galaxy, Far Cry 6, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Stray. One of them, not even a full game because it's just the Witch Queen portion of Destiny. So I'm like, I had fun with these games. None of them are game of the year.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, most of those games didn't come out this year.
And that too. Most of them did not come out this year.
I thought Stray was kind of mid. Like, ugh. It was okay.
Did you not finish Forbidden West?
Did that come out this year? Or was
that
it
was
last
this year?
Yeah. That was this year.
Oh, I thought that March on my list. Oh, it's 6 games.
Yeah, that came out in February.
Oh, February. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because that story was bullshit, so I erased it from my head.
There you go. I said on this podcast, if the year ends and Forbidden West is my game of the year, Chaufie's gone.
Yeah, I know. I kicked him out.
I know. That's what
for his horrible take.
Yeah.
The game was good.
Don't try to cover it up.
The game was good.
Nope. Just stick to your original point.
The last third was whack as fuck.
I loved it.
Terrible.
It was great.
Rest of the game, good.
I've said it. If Forbidden West ends up being my game of the year, it's been a lackluster year for me. Not that Forbidden West is bad. It's just okay. I didn't get wild by anything.
Because of the abusive elements, Delvin's going to end the year with Gotham Knights, so it don't hurt him no more.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, for me, Sifu was awesome. Forbidden West was great. Cult of the Lamb was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really digging Modern Warfare. God of War Ragnarok is around the corner. We've also got Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion. Need for Speed Unbound, Callisto Protocol, Evil West. Like, there's still a lot of games that could kind of hit that mark.
I forgot about Crisis Core. I love the PSP one, so that might be really high on my list.
Yeah, so we got more games in November and December than I would have ever imagined. I mean, that's a lot of games coming out in December. It's just
we definitely do.
Shocking.
There's a lot of games I'll be playing in really February because of the end of this year.
Mm-hmm. Then you also have Bayonetta for people who were on the Switch. You know, people really digging that game.
I almost bought that the other day, but then I said I haven't had time to play anything, so I'll just probably buy it used down the road or on a sale.
Is there anything big coming to Xbox this fall? Is there anything big coming to Xbox this fall? Is there anything exclusive?
I don't think so.
Nothing?
I don't think so. Game Pass?
Game Pass is what's big there.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's 50-50. 50-50.
Yeah.
50-50 for me. Last over under question is odds The Last of Us TV show will be better than the game.
Not a chance in hell.
I don't know.
That's a smooth 50-50 for me. I can't.
Same.
Because it's HBO, it's got a lot of potential.
Serialized. Yeah, it's a series. It's not just like a 2-hour movie.
Breathe in between. So I think it has a lot of potential. I think the right people are on board. I'm worried that the internet is going to kill it because it's not the game. And then that's where it's going to go south.
This is my thing. We all can agree that The Last of Us Part 1 is a classic. It's hard to recreate a classic, even in a different format. I think The Last of Us TV series can be great.
Yeah.
It could be the first season probably could be awesome. But even if it's awesome, it still has to live up to what that, unless they go a completely different route and tell their own story, it's still kind of going off the back of what The Last of Us game is.
Yeah. And that's exactly my point, is that if social media doesn't connect with it and it's not close enough to what the game was, it's gonna get thrashed. Yeah. But another component is this. We have The Last of Us game connected on an emotional level for a lot of us. And so that's the part that's hard to break, because we still remember moments of like the sort of beauty in it and the frustration of it and loss and reconnection. Like that game hit in so many different ways, because it wasn't just point A to point B and action. It was like you felt from the characters. I've heard Dev say this so many times. The opening scene, losing the daughter, like that shit is hard. And then especially like being a parent, you connect automatically, you know? And that was what, the first 20 minutes of the game?
20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know? So now translate that to the TV show. If you don't get me in 20 minutes, this whole thing is terrible. It's going to suck. Why did they do this? So it's going to have its room. It needs to breathe. I think the time that it'll get to serialize. I'm kind of unhappy with 9 episodes. I wish they would have at least gotten like 12. I feel like 9 is going to be a little too tight.
Depends on how long the episodes are. If they're over an hour, I think they should be all right. Yeah. I mean, my thing is, since you don't have to incorporate gameplay, like you don't have to play the game, you're watching it, it gives you more time to really focus in on the characters and what they're dealing with in that moment. And since it is serialized and you're not trying to cram everything in, you can really hone in on each of those individual segments of the game and really bring them to life. So I think it has the potential to be as good as the game, if not better, because you can really spend more time with those characters.
Because I could see my wife watching the show and then getting invested in characters that probably didn't even exist in the game, you know?
Yep.
Like, it's going to open for a whole new audience. I think just as gamers and people who have played through The Last of Us as an experience, like, we got to let that shit go and just let this be its own thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, just because it opens up to a new audience, does that necessarily make it better? Like, you know, and it's not just to be a little
but I think that's a yes and no, because in a sense, yes, because you want to have a wider audience, you want more people to have a connection and experience. So I think it really depends on how you look at it. If we want to sort of keep it close to our pockets, then no, and say as a purist, the only Last of Us is the game, The Last of Us.
Yeah,
then
and it can work. It can definitely work, because Game of Thrones is the perfect example of that. The TV series is very different than the books.
Yeah.
And they both kind of live on their own and kind of their own thing. And straight up, people feel like the TV series dropped the ball at the end. So now they're looking at the books like, hey, don't do what they did over there.
Bring me back to this.
Yeah. I think that the ability to be able to open it up and open up the world more and show a little bit more of the world and what's going on is something that they have the ability to do with the show that you couldn't do with the original Last of Us. Even Last of Us 2, you got to see more of what's going on in the world. So I think if they incorporate some of that stuff into the show, it also enhances the game, because then you'll think back and be able to attach certain things that are happening in the show to a certain point in the game where you were. And it just kind of enhances that whole story. You get to see a little bit more of what was going on while you were in Pittsburgh. Maybe there was also this stuff going on. So it just kind of enhances. So I think they have the ability, the show has the ability to just enhance each other and make it even better as an experience, whether you're playing the game or watching the show.
Yeah.
So 50-50. 50-50.
Yeah.
Those are my odds. All right, let's get into that buy or sell segment. Metal Gear at the Tokyo, I said Tokyo, not Tokyo, the TGAs, the Game Awards. Do we think we'll see Metal Gear?
Ugh. You know what? I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to say bye. Because I feel like if Konami wants to show they're really back, it'll be pretty fucking cool if they're like, hey, you got Silent Hill. We're like, yeah, we got Silent Hill back. And at the end, they get like, yo, here goes Metal Gear. Metal Gear's also on the way. We're back in the game, baby.
Metal Gear.
That would be pretty cool. I honestly think that would be really cool to see. I would like to see.
It would be cool to see.
Yeah.
But I'm selling it. I don't think they're doing it.
I don't either, but I'm going to take a chance. Shot in the dark.
Yeah, you see, I'm going to take the chance too because I think it's what people want, but it's what people don't expect.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be oh shit, I didn't think they were going to do it. And then they do it, you know?
And it doesn't have to be anything big. It's just like, hey, we just remastered Metal Gear Solid.
And that's what people, like, I think would love to have. I mean, you look at, like, these, like, Final Fantasies getting redone in various forms, and the fans are happy. I think this is what people want. They just want to experience the game again in a less retro form, you know? Kick up the graphics a little, smooth out the gameplay a little, so I can have all this experience again, just in a modern fashion.
Yeah. They can probably just be like, hey, we just remastered this Metal Gear game and Metal Gear Solid 1's on the way.
Yeah.
I can see them do something like that. What was the last one? The Phantom Pain?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a PS5 version of the Phantom Pain and coming out right now. But next year, you're going to get a remake of Metal Gear Solid.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them doing something like
remake, that. Yeah. Because it can't just be a remaster of a PS1 game. Like, you got to remake that.
Yeah, you got to. Probably Blue Point or somebody working on it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's been the long gestating rumor is that Blue Point has been working on Metal Gear forever. Like, that's just been a rumor that's been constantly recycled.
But what if it's just a remake of wasn't there like a card-based version of the game?
Metal Gear Acid.
Yeah. What if it's just that?
Ooh.
Why would you do that, Chaufie? Why would you even put that in the atmosphere?
Hey, because sometimes you know what? Sometimes these companies do this where it's like, yes, I want Metal Gear Solid 5. You got it. Card game.
Let me tell you about.
That'll make Garrett Bland happy.
Oh, you know what? That would be because there was the Uncharted card game too. That's what they're working on.
Oh my god!
They're gonna remaster the card game.
I forced myself to like Acid on PS.
Why?
Because they were like, "Oh, I ain't got no Metal Gear game."
Wait,
why did I even ask that? Why did I even ask why? Exactly,
It's
Chaufie.
not a card game.
You with me?
It's like it's so fucking weird. I don't know. I don't even know how the fuck you describe that game. It wasn't great. Thank God
you didn't like it, and you played it because this is what you do.
Because I love Metal Gear. I was like really into Metal Gear back then.
You like horrible experiences that treat you poorly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, you don't know how true that is.
Well, besides my,
you don't know how true.
I also like video
wow.
games.
Hey, you cut deep on that one, man. Hey, why you gotta be telling secrets on here?
I'm learning slowly but surely not to invite my friends on PSVG. Let them stay their ass at home. Tim Paulin, next time Donnie is out, you will be coming on the show instead.
You didn't need to air Delvin out like that, man.
I will be inviting everybody else. John 32, get your ass on deck. Next time, you will be coming on the show.
Whoa.
Anybody else? Rebecca, we're going to be talking about Nintendo Shack on this shit next time. Because this will not be happening again.
Delvin's like, where's Caroline and Kevin?
Yes. Kevin, you want to come on to Ragnarok? You are welcome to come on now.
Delvin's about to go get a weighted blanket to kind of boost his anxiety.
Gotta go call everybody on this show.
Yeah.
This is absurd.
Hey man, that was hurtful.
Hey, I just call it like I see it.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
All right, we got two more buy or sells. Will the Ohio State make it to the NCAA football championship game? I don't care.
No.
And no. Just because Eat the Hype isn't going to be here, we're just going to shit all over the Ohio State.
Yes.
I'm going to say
cares.
that the Cleveland Browns are going to beat Ohio State in the arena where the Cavaliers play while they eat the chili spaghetti plates.
Oh.
There it is.
So
heard it here
that's
first.
My prediction. And in the end, everyone loses.
That's common.
Because Ohio.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I think they're ranked 2 in CFB right now. So I mean, it's a chance. It's a chance that they actually make it to the championship.
But we know what number 2 is, and that's the first loser.
That's true. That's true.
No. Tell me I'm wrong.
This one right here. Buy or sell the Lakers having the worst record among NBA teams from California this year.
Yes. They will have the worst record among NBA teams, period, baby.
They're going to have the worst record amongst the Lakers.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
They're going to have the worst record against my soccer team.
Oh, my God.
And we ain't won shit. Like, what is it? Like, let's talk about that for a second. Like, I'm not huge and deep into sports. Like, I love watching them. I love the entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to purple and gold? Like,
LeBron James happened to purple and gold. He fucked up
it's
their
not
whole
even
system.
it's not even just LeBron.
On him, though.
It's not just LeBron. It's not just LeBron. It's the front office. It's the trades. It's the players that we've brought in. It's the constant cycling of coaches.
Yeah.
We just haven't been able to put a team together that gels. And we don't ever give the young players team or time to develop. The Lakers are always about this. Let's make a big trade. Let's land a big time free agent and win now. That's just kind of how the Lakers have done it. Like outside of back in the day in the 80s, like the early 80s when we drafted Magic, when we got Coop and we got all of these draft picks, and then we just kind of ran the 80s. After that, it was like, okay, we're going to make a big trade and get a free agent. Like we made that draft day trade to get Kobe. We landed Shaq in free agency, and that became that dynasty.
Yeah.
Then we made that big trade for Pau Gasol, and that became like that second part where we started winning again. Now we made this trade for AD and LeBron. We traded away all of our young players to make that happen, and we got that one bubble chip. And since that bubble chip, the team has sucked, and they haven't even made the playoffs. Like they haven't been able to put the pieces around LeBron to actually make a contender. Plus, you're dealing with injuries and all kind of other stuff. AD is Mr. Glass. He stays hurt.
Westbrook don't fit that team.
No.
People saying he washed. He's not washed. He's
not
fit
washed.
That system.
He's not.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook has never, like, outside of that original Thunder team when it was him, Harden, and Durant. He hasn't really been on another winning team. No. Like he puts up numbers. He's a volume guy. He's never been a good shooter. He's never been a good 3-point shooter, but he's going to just out of sheer volume, he's going to get you a triple double because he's always got the ball in his hands. He's going to score just because he takes so many shots, does not shoot a great percentage because he has the ball in his hand all the time. He's going to get assists. And he's athletic, so he's pulling down rebounds. Yeah. So he's gonna get you a bunch of empty stats. He's not a bad player.
Yeah,
but how do you build around that?
I was say because he plays very smart. He really, really does. He just needs to have the better people around him to play off of because he's not that guy. I think that what will get the Lakers to like back onto like a winning streak is LeBron has to admit that he's balding and then just shave his head. Commit to the baldy. That's what he needs to do. Because he's lying to himself. He's lying to himself. And so because he's lying to himself, he's lying to his team. Now we don't have trust. Now we don't win.
They found a cure for baldness now? I think they said it's in China. So he might not have to admit to it. He might just have to go down there and get that cure.
Look, he just needs to go ahead and accept the baldness. All the greats do it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When Jordan realized he was going bald, he said, "All right, it's gone."
Mm-hmm.
Kobe, when he was like, "All right, hair's gone, it's gone. Let's get rid of it."
You got to have the right head for a baldy.
But I think he can pull the baldy. But
he does it over the summer all the time.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not
his head. I don't know if his head looks right for it.
Yeah, but
who cares?
He should cares. The baldy.
He clearly cares.
Yeah, but when you're a meme of the fucking Reese's peanut butter cup that gets stuck to the bottom of the cup, and they compare that to the back of your head.
Yes.
Baldy all day. Like, hey, no, I don't want to be that. I got roasted.
He has enough money to get a good piece or get something that looks.
Get the Beijing
get hair treatment.
Get the hair treatment. He's a billionaire.
But then why the Beijing all the time? Why?
I don't know. What is he doing? Who is advising him? He's been making bad decisions lately.
You see, and so now to bring it all back around, maybe it is LeBron's fault.
Yes.
You know what? Bad life decisions, bad court decisions.
Yeah.
So That might be the case.
They are playing right now. They are down to the Pelicans 35-39 in the second quarter with 4 minutes left.
How you lose to a team called the Pelicans?
The Pelicans are actually really good. That's where we traded all of our players to.
I know they are.
Brandon Ingram.
They're called the Pelicans. That's a bird.
State bird. It's a state bird, you know?
Yep.
Bird. They ain't even like a ferocious bird. Have you ever seen a pelican play basketball? They can't play basketball. They're pelicans.
Yeah, don't they just be bringing you babies?
Yeah.
Like a stork?
Yeah.
Yeah. LeBron James right now, 6 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Anthony Davis, 2 points, 1 assist, 5 rebounds.
What quarter is it?
Second quarter. Russell Westbrook, 9 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds.
See?
I mean,
45 shots.
Right. Probably.
All from midcourt.
Yeah, and they're also the worst three-pointing shooting team ever. They've also taken more three-pointers than any other team and have the worst percentage. It's like, why are y'all chucking up threes? Just stop it.
Yeah, just stop. I can't wait for the pendulum to eventually shift to like the inside game. I miss it so much.
It's never shifting back.
I know it's not. I know it's not because it's been this for a long time, but God, like, man, the cutting, like, it's just so good.
It was.
Yeah.
But
at least I tell myself this. I'm glad that I got to live through that. Like, got to see it. You know,
fun basketball era. But they were just dunking on fools and inside the lane fighting.
Right. Yeah.
Real physical. I used to like that.
Yeah, it was much more physical than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, game has just changed.
But it was that.
It was Currys, you got your Giannis's. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing is that like we have too many players, not enough teams. Because you had your bad boys. I wouldn't
say that. There's still teams. There's still like you still have player like areas that have like San Antonio is always going to try to put together teams. Golden State is the new San Antonio.
I'll give you that.
Like Delvin said, the Heat. That's a culture. You know what I'm saying? That is a culture. Like when you come to the Heat, you know what you're getting.
You're right.
Dallas is kind of the same way. Like there's still teams, but there you have a lot more individuals and people trying to team up and stuff like that. Yeah. It's not this like what it was in like the 80s, the 90s, where it was like you had 1 or 2 players on each team and everybody wanted to beat everybody else. Yeah. Now it's more like how can we team up? You know. So
yeah, not valid.
Game done changed. Games done changed. All right. That does it for our buy or sell segment. Delvin, can you read? Can we get into these questions?
No, I can't read. Well, I'll try. Let's see. The first question.
Don't do it. Don't do it, man. You cannot read.
From Haley. She asks, how is Chaufie doing? How you doing, Chaufie?
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of Delvin's bullshit.
I love you too. Go to hell.
Now you know what though? Hey, I'm gonna give him some love right now. Shout out to Delvin because this guy, even though like I've been pretty much invisible everywhere, he checks in. Like he definitely is a true friend. This is where Mike Fowler will probably put something in the chat about how I say nice shit about Delvin. But honestly, like if you have a friend like Delvin, then you're a lucky person because he's a really good guy. And will like give you words of encouragement, will like follow through. So shout out to you, Delvin.
Thank you, brother.
Big up.
He also asked, Haley also asked me, she asked, I'm thinking about Chaufie now. She asked me, when will I get some sleep? Haley, I haven't been sleeping since 3 a.m. this morning. Probably not going to get any sleep. And she asked Dev, what kind of magic was involved to get Dev to play a multiplayer game?
I play plenty of multiplayer games.
Yeah.
I just don't always play multiplayer. Sometimes I just play with myself. And I mean, it's the same way. I've been playing the multiplayer portion of Modern Warfare, but not with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to play it.
Yeah, the main reason I play is because I got to do a playtest. I'm doing a playtest with through EA right now. So that's why I'm playing the multiplayer, but I'm actually really enjoying it. And a lot of my friends have it. So there will probably be some shenanigan nights where we are just playing Call of Duty and talking a lot of trash.
Yeah, playing like it's a lot of fun when the time is right. When you get everyone together and it's not like you got to whisper on the mics, but you can actually be loud and cut up, and it's like that shit is magical. Like when everyone's there and having a good time and just that's the best. But
Yeah.
it's hard when you got like people sleep at 9, 10, and it's like, okay, so I'm gonna be off mic right now, you know, or you got to do the cough laugh.
The only people I get to play multiplayer with is Dev and Chaufie. Two completely different games.
Yeah.
Dev and them on Among Us and Chaufie on Fortnite once in a while. Yeah. That's kind of it.
Yeah. I mean, you also have to deal with time zones and things of that nature. And like Chaufie said, people are like just different schedules.
Even in the same time zone. By the time I'm ending gaming, Dev's starting to play.
Yep.
We get maybe like about a 30-minute overlap.
That's why it's so hard for us to ever coordinate. Because you're like, I'm starting things at 6. I'm just getting home at 6.
Yeah.
And then Chaufie and Fowler starting at like 11 o'clock to play games, and I'm watching Craig of the Creek. Like, it's time to go to sleep, baby.
Oh, Craig of the Creek is so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Such a great show.
Under fucking rated. So brilliant. On cultural level, social like so well done. Like the creators of that show are people. One, I need to know who are the influences and who are the writers on this show, because the creators are just like two white guys, but they are tapped into the culture. That I'm like, where did you grow up? You know,
they probably grew up in Baltimore.
Yeah,
because my wife is from Baltimore, and she's like, "Oh my god, everything about this show just rings so true to Baltimore." Mm-hmm.
It is so many little things, little details that they get right. Like Craig being a little kid when he's in his pajamas, he had like the pajama dress. I'm like, oh, that's what kids used to wear back then.
Yeah, normal.
I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Like they get like the little details right. And I appreciate that.
When the Halloween episode when Dad was Urkel and Mom was Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Wow. That it's our generation.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. It's like us as parents.
Yeah. This is the show we would write.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's where it clicks, because it'd be like, 100%. Yeah, that show's fantastic.
I just watched that Halloween episode yesterday.
That was a great episode.
So good, man. So good.
Good episode.
Really good episode.
All right.
Great question.
Yeah.
Our next question. I'll hold this one till Donnie gets back. Big Nick asks, well, let me ask you guys this first.
You just said you were going to hold it. Make up your mind, man.
I was going to go to Todd Oster's question, but I said I'm going to hold that one. That's the one I was talking about.
Okay.
Because I think Donnie wants to answer that one. You just read it. Yes. Now you see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Big Nick asks, what did you think of the leaked God of War footage? Have either of you seen that footage? Any of it?
Nope. No, I haven't seen anything.
I haven't been on the internet in like forever.
A screenshot. I didn't see any of the footage. This is one of the few times I did not see the footage. I'm very happy that I didn't see it.
Yeah. I saw this question
the world on Twitter, so you see everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the one time I did not see the footage. Like usually when something gets leaked and stuff, it always comes across me. I didn't see any of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is great.
Well,
I'm not going to look for it.
I saw the question come through from just being mentioned, but then I usually just check like my trending lists, and it wasn't even in there. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to let this ride.
Oh, they shut that down quick.
Yeah.
Mine, it wasn't on my trending stuff either. I didn't see anything. Most of my trending stuff ends up just being Destiny and politics.
Yeah.
But
I mean, for me, I'm just trying to find sexy Velmas. Like that's pretty much it.
Oh, they're everywhere.
I love it.
I can see some of those.
I mean, thanks to Rob, I get a steady flow. I love it. Usually first thing in the morning, so not appropriate for work.
Oh yeah, I have too many people sending me not appropriate for work stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, I can't just open my phone anywhere because my son just be everywhere.
Right where you
should. Hey dad! Like, oh shit. Nothing.
Also, you work with your grandma. You can't be having titties out with your grandma next to you. Like,
she don't care about titties. She can give 2 fucks about that. Whatever. All right. Our next question from TPR. What do you not miss whatsoever about Donnie being absent tonight? You know what, TPR? I can answer this question. You know what I don't miss? That every goddamn week, these motherfuckers, Donnie and Dev, gang up on me for 3.5 goddamn hours.
You act like it was any different.
Yeah, I was like,
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Are you saying I'm brown Donnie? Like, I mean, that's what we did.
Yeah, pretty much. So I didn't lose anything. I'm like, goddamn, Donnie's here.
I need to grease up my hair real quick so I could be Donnie.
It just turned to, all this is now just have Latino Donnie.
El Donnie.
El Reese.
Because I'm like, I feel like the spirit of Donnie is here, that I don't miss him. You know, like, no.
Yes,
yeah, he's
much.
definitely here in spirit because we are
he's in the
ragging
room.
on Delvin.
Like, you know, text him right now. Let him know. Great
No.
No, you know what? I do have to say, no, I cannot not miss Donnie because he's a wild man. Like,
yes, he is.
He's a hard read because you never know. Like, he's not consistent in terms of like, this is the thing he's going to agree with or disagree with. All of a sudden, he'll be like, "This is fantastic," and I'm like, "What?" Like, because usually hate this type of game or this type of thing, you know. So I miss his wild cardness. Now, you know who I do miss a ton, and I mentioned him earlier, Kevin.
Yes.
I miss Kevin so much.
Yeah.
Like, his perspective, the way he communicates, does have a good time. PSVG needs more Kevin. Like, whoever needs, I don't know if there's fallout or if he's just busy like me doing things.
Just life.
More Kevin.
He's made a little bit of a resurgence in our Discord, so we're gonna have to have him on the show soon. But he's popped in. He's popped in our Discord. He's back around. He's doing his extra life thing.
So we're definitely gonna have to have him on soon. Life is a real thing, and you'd be missing shit. So for me, not so much Donnie. Like I said, he was here in spirit, you know.
Yeah.
But more Kev. I miss
See, this
Kevin.
is the problem with this. When Donnie and Dev's here, because I'm the oldest, it's like the two little brothers know they can fuck with their big brother. So they just fuck with their big brother all day.
Yeah,
now,
but then I'm here, so I'm the big brother. So now you're sandwiched.
Y'all fucking with the middle child. So I just can't fucking win.
Hey, but you know what?
You act like you are that much older than me. You're a year older than me, fool.
It's still the same thing. Doesn't matter.
But you know what was considered by a lot of people to be one of the best episodes is when all four of us were in it.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. You definitely just slide right in.
Yeah.
At any and all times. We can have Chaufie on this. We don't miss a beat.
Yeah, that is true.
So, but on that one, man, if you wanted to see a dead body, that was Delvin.
Yeah.
This right here, Elaine. Yeah.
Shout out to Elaine too. She held it down.
Yeah.
She kept us under control.
That was the most, still acting a whole ass fool all the time, but that was like the most structure. Yeah. I enjoyed it. But I also enjoy this new era you guys are in as well, because it's like just being, you know, is a real nice thing.
All right, we'll pick two more questions.
Where
I don't want to pick that one. Court has a great question, but I'm going to wait till Donnie gets back for that one. Let me ask this one because I already know the answer. This is going to be an easy one to answer. Llama Lavender asks, have y'all played 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim? It's a great game.
Who?
What?
Exactly. I knew you didn't play this game.
So why did you choose that question? Why you got me feel bad?
Because I know Dev didn't play it, and I know Donnie's not going to play it. I figured you might play it. Fowler's played it. I played this game before. We've talked about this game early PSVG, I want to say.
13 Sentinels?
13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. It's a strategy, narrative-based story game. It's the game. Shoot, Garrett in the PSVG Discord a while back. Me and Garrett Bland was talking about it a lot. It's a pretty good game, but it's not for Dev, and it's definitely not for Donnie.
Oh yeah, this shit is not for me either. But this whole layout that I'm looking at, aesthetically, looks really cool.
Yeah, it's a
it looks cool.
Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks real cool.
I ain't playing it, but it looks cool.
Yeah, it's a very cool looking game, very narrative based, and the combat's like mech combat, but it's like real time strategy almost. Mm-hmm. It's fun. I like it, but it's not y'all cup of tea.
No.
And I knew it wasn't Donnie's cup of tea. That's why I said let me ask it now.
Yeah, not that. I like vanillaware games, but like more like the side scrolling,
the slashing ones.
Yeah, like Dragon's Crown.
Okay,
great game.
Here's a great question. I'm gonna give 2 more. Almighty Ray asks, "What is the PS game, PlayStation game, of course, this year that everybody missed out, but you should play?" So, are there any PS exclusives that came out this year that you think people kind of slept on? That's a good question. I'm trying to think what PS exclusives came out.
Exclusives?
Stray?
I mean, you got Stray, you got Horizon that I don't think anybody missed.
You can buy it somewhere else?
I mean, Stray was on PC. I mean, we're talking about console exclusives.
Yeah, console exclusives. Okay. We're not talking about like necessarily like.
I'm having to literally.
Outside of Stray and Horizon,
what? I mean,
you got Ghostwire Tokyo. I don't.
No, it wasn't.
Maybe? No, I feel like Sifu was everywhere.
It said
Kina was last year.
The list was Horizon Forbidden West, God of War, Ghostwire, Stray, Sifu.
Oh, Sifu. Okay. Sifu's the answer.
Sifu was exclusive. Then I would say Sifu would be the answer.
Sifu's the answer. Sifu's the one that people slept on. That one.
I don't even know that people slept on him, but I think that.
Oh yeah, people slept on that one.
I don't know that they did.
Babylon's Fall.
Maybe just
Babylon Fall. Awful.
Oh, here we go.
No. That is trash.
Gran Turismo.
That wasn't this year.
Forspoken.
I think Gran Turismo was this year, wasn't it?
It was this year.
Was it?
Yeah.
It
was this year?
Yeah, Gran Turismo.
It came and went. You know what?
It came out in March.
There you go.
Oof.
Yeah. That might be the one then.
I don't know because racing is such niche. It's such a niche thing. Like I don't know if that's like one that.
Even if it's niche, you still hear about it. Like people are still talking about Forza. Yeah. I feel like nobody's talking about.
But Forza, because it's not like the nitty gritty having to like get. If you're talking about Horizon, Forza Horizon, like that's way more like broad. Everybody can play that. Where Gran Turismo is like it's the racing simulator.
Yeah, but that came and went after that whole debacle with the 10-minute intro and the problems it was having early. It like that came and went really quick. I don't hear nobody talk about that game.
Oh, Roller Drome was another
That's a fun one. That is a fun one.
Was that a console exclusive to PlayStation?
According to the GameSpot.
I think it was.
Holy crap. Really?
I think it was, yeah.
I did not realize that was a console exclusive. Holy shit,
yeah,
PC. PS5.
All right. So, either Sifu or Roller Drome, I'll say that.
Yeah. I'm probably going to go with Sifu.
See, I can't even answer because there's so much, like, of what is listed, like, slept on, then I slept on them.
Well, you beat 6 games, so you slept on a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I do really want to play Ghostwire, but
I didn't like Ghostwire.
I'm waiting for that one to be like that's gonna be like a Black Friday pickup. Like if I can cop that for like $20, you know.
Donnie liked it a lot. He said I remember him liking it a lot, but I didn't. The beginning is so slow, I couldn't get into it. He says once you get past that beginning, it gets really good.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looked really cool. Like the combat looked like it was something different and really interesting.
Yeah.
But I didn't have time for it.
No, straight up.
I agree. All right, there's a couple more questions here, but a lot of these questions I don't want to ask Donnie because there's one about the Razor's Edge. Well, I asked that one. That's the only one I think he wouldn't mind we asked because, let's see, yeah, the Call of Duty one, he wants to be here to answer that one. The G Cloud one, he wants probably want to answer. Yeah, let's do this one. S7N Gaming. Oh. No, he definitely wants to do that one. I just
Jesus
looked at what
Christ,
you put in. No, because I'm looking at the notes and Dev clicked on one that I thought he wanted me to ask.
No,
So
I
I'm
just
Donnie,
highlighted the name.
Donnie definitely wants to be here for that one. So
yeah.
S7 in Gaming asked, "Are you interested in the Razor's Edge? Have you? What is that?"
We talked about this last week, but I know you don't pay attention.
Yeah, isn't that the other handheld?
Is that Razor Ramon?
It's Razor's. Yeah, it's Razor Ramon.
Oh, okay.
It's the handheld that Razor's coming out with. It basically is a tablet with like a Razor Kishi, like the backbone or whatnot, and it's got to be 5G LTE. It's going to compete with the Logitech G Cloud because it's running Android native. Probably going to be really powerful. Probably going to be really expensive. But hell no, I'm not interested in it in any way, shape, or form because I don't want a handheld that's going to be two pieces. I just want one solid device.
Okay, I'm looking at
it. That I don't have
now.
to attach a controller on. So,
okay, so it's okay. It looks like a Switch. I'm not interested in it.
No,
doesn't like something I like. I think that'll do it for us then.
Yep.
That was a lackluster way to
go. I was going to wait for you to keep going and close it out.
You know what it is? It's the high impact energy in which Delvin told those questions and then said most of them were for Donnie. It was like
no, because see, I keep reading the questions. I'm like, oh, that's one Donnie would want to answer.
Yeah,
that's definitely one Donnie would answer.
Didn't you already have access to these questions prior to the show?
I'm not reading this shit before we start the show. I actually was putting some of these questions up. I can't lie.
He added all the questions, so he added all the questions on here, so he knew exactly what they were.
Okay.
Yeah, and as I was reading them, like, Donnie want to read this one.
So, you wonder why you get bullied.
Aren't you a motherfucking teacher? Is that what you tell your students? See, this is
You're
why
not one of his students.
Yeah, and I'm not a teacher. So
whatever.
Right.
Principal, teacher, drug dealer, same shit.
Oh my God.
That's how you end a show.
Okay. Well, that's going to do it for episode 62 of the Play Some Video Games podcast. Thank you guys for sticking with us this long on this rambling, ridiculous episode while Donnie was gone. Chaufie, plug your stuff.
Yeah, you can find me on, if you want to hit me up, you can find me on most things as Chaufie. On Twitter, I'm at Chaufie, ELCHAUFIE. Add me as a friend on all the consoles and whatnot. At the same time, I do my monthly podcast, Catalog on Mars.
My side project.
It's Delvin's side project. It's very similar to how the conversation was today. Even at that, guess what? 2 black guys on that show too. So it's like you don't really miss anything. But it's me, Delvin, homeboy Tayrell, and we just kind of catch up on things.
3 black guys. Just one of them shows up.
Wait, what?
What you mean what? Sean.
Yeah.
What?
No,
he shows up so infrequently that you forget that he's even part of the show.
He does biannual shows. So I forgot he was there. Yeah. But no, we just kind of kick it. We just talk, just catch up on things, we just really have a good time. I actually really enjoy doing that show because it's like good. Like if I was hanging out with these guys in real life, like this is how we would be like chilling. And so very, like I said, very similar to like, my experiences here on PSVG, but even less gaming centric and just more cutting up and acting a fool and telling stories. So that's where you'll find me. And in general, like just, fucking around with Delvin, making his life a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
That's what all my friends do. Make my life hard as hell.
Indeed. It's because we love you, Delvin.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
I know.
Yeah. So that'll do it for us. Stay safe or something.
Yeah.
Peace.
Don't eat that fentanyl candy.